What's up everyone, this is Yasser Elite, and in this video I have a video about the top teams in the Element Cup. Element or Elemental, I'm not sure, it doesn't matter. My name is Yasser Elite and you can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/elite_Yasser or on Twitch at twitch.tv/Yasser Elite. What's the Element Cup? Element Cup is a format that is a form of Little Cup, so only 500 CP Pokemons and below will be eligible, and those Pokemon have to be unevolved and puts the stage from either water typing, grass, or fire, as you guys can see. Yasser, what are the... So, water, fire, and grass. That sounds very RPS. Well, yeah, it sounds very RPS, but there is some non-RPS Pokemons that you can use, and actually they don't care about the typing. So basically any Pokemon of those three that can provide neutral damage to those three typings is going to be solid. And among all of these, the best one is going to be Ducklet. Nothing is even close. Ducklet is the best Pokemon here. Why? Because it has flying moves. That's one. 2, flying moves does neutral damage to fire, grass, does super effective to grass, and neutral to water. Another solid Pokemon is Slowpoke. Why Slowpoke? Because it has confusion. That's 1. 2, Pokemons here are Little Cup CP, which means they are very fail. What does that mean? That means confusion is gonna hit so hard. So if you have a shadow one, that's even better. You can just confusion down everything here, because nothing here is just confusion. Another solid Pokemon here is Slandet, but I don't think you can even get one. Why? Because it hatched above 500 CP, so technically you need to trade it from an account that's below 500 C, that's below level 20, and then trade it and get it below 500 CP. It's doable if you have like rank 10. Level 10 account, you need to hatch one. It doesn't matter whether it's a male or female, I'm sure, and then you can actually use it, and it's number 1 on PvPoke, so technically this is the best Pokemon right there. What does it have? I think it has poison jab, so technically it does super effective to grass and neutral to everything else, and it's very spammy. It has poison pink. So that's the top 3 Pokemons are Salandit, Slowbro, Ducklet. What beats all of these? Chinchou. Why? Because it has electric damage and it's the best counter to water, and it's the best answer to Ducklet. Why? Because it resists and does double super effective damage, so technically 3 stages of effectiveness. The grass, there is the Execute. Why? Because it has confusion, and confusion does neutral damage to everything. It takes super effective, so the downside for using Execute over Slowpoke is you take super effective from fire, but the confusion does so much, and you're gonna be like on the same pace as the fire Pokemons. The best grass Pokemon technically should be Bulbasaur. Why? Because it beat Cottony in the 1 and the 0, and you can beat Ducklet with Energy Lead and all the water. So technically here, if we... Okay, let's grade them later. And this new Pokemon here, the one that evolved into Laurentis, it has a Fury Cutter Leaf Blade, so it's technically very spammy as well. So you can use that Pokemon as a spammy one if you have a good one. Another Pokemon that was being, like the most used grass, I believe, is Chikorita. Why? Because it has Body Slam, while Bulbasaur has Seed Bomb. So technically Body Slam is better and cheaper, and does neutral damage to everything, including fire, where like Seed Bomb is resisted. So yeah, an argument to be made that Chikorita is the best grass, but no one can argue that Cottony is actually the best grass. The fire Pokemons, I only have 4 options, okay? Vulpix, Shadow Vulpix, and Slugma. Slugma has rock damage, fast move, non-stab though, which hurts, but it provides decent fast move pressure. If they safe swap a fire, you can just win. If they safe swap Ducklet, you can just shield once and farm all the way down. So now let's grade them. I believe the best Pokemon here is Ducklet. The second best is those. So technically Wooper. Why Wooper? Because Wooper is the spammiest Pokemon here. You get to you move very fast because you have Mud Shot and you have Body Slam to nuke everything. You have Mud Bomb. I don't think you need the second move. So if you have a Wooper, you can use it with single move Body Slam, because nothing here resists Body Slam. Those comes after Celio, It's not as good as in Little Cup because technically Celio is good in Little Cup because it beats a Bronzo, right? So here, you can... It loses to Chinchou because Chinchou beat all the water. The Ducklet matchup is funky. The Wooper matchup is close. Slowbro is fine. So technically, yeah, you can say that it belongs to this list like the second best, but it's, to be honest, those three are better. What about Big Grass? The best Pokemon is Cottony, so that's the S tier. And then the second best, we have Bulbasaur. We have Bulbasaur, Chikorita, and Execute. You can argue that Bidoof, this one, belong here in between the S tier, this is the best tier, and the second best tier. Why? Because it has Razor Leaf and it can just do Razor Leaf things, right? The thing about... Oh boy, I forgot the name of this Pokemon. So this Pokemon, the good thing is that about it is that it has Gyro Ball, which does super effective damage to Cottony. And most of people didn't know that it have Gyro Balls, so most likely people don't shield it. So if you're ELO below 2700 by the end of the season at every season, I think using Chespin would make sense because people don't shield the Gyro Ball on Cottony because they don't know about it. So that's a surprise factor. Try to abuse it. For the fire, Slanted is the best. I think Shadow Vulpix is the second best. And those two comes after. Why Shadow Vulpix? Because Vulpix here, unlike Little Cup, you don't run Fire Spin or like Ember. You run Quick Attack. Why Quick Attack? Because it's normal type, which provide a neutral damage to every typing. So technically, Vulpix is actually the best safe swap in Little Cup. And the Shadow one is better in the one shield if you don't care about winning swaps most of the time. So technically, if you prefer to play the one in the swap, Shadow Vulpix is better. If you prefer to win the swap, period, non-Shadow Vulpix is better. So that's most of it for the top teams. Announcement. So as you guys know, I am a full-time content creator now. I upload daily videos on YouTube and I go live on my Twitch live stream at twitch.tv/YasserElite 6 days a week. So if you would like to support this type of content, the content I'm providing, especially the YouTube content, please make sure to support us on Patreon. I really appreciate if you can support me on Patreon, because at this point I don't think YouTube is making me any profits. So if it keeps doing the same, I don't think I can keep doing the same stuff I'm doing on YouTube without the support, because such a video like this takes around 7 hours at least to do. Now moving into the top teams, the BBML team according to Mr. PvPoke. Make sure to check their website. They have the best website in the entire community, where like you check the ranking, you check the moveset, and you can actually build some nice teams. So the best team according to PvPoke is Chinchou, because technically it's a core breaker to the Vulpix Ducklet core, which is the best core, and then Bulbasaur, which breaks the core Water plus Cottony, and then Vulpix, which is the best safe swap. Again, Vulpix here run Quick Attack. If you have Vulpix for Elemental Cup, make sure to go now and TM it to Quick Attack. Fire Spin or Ember, I don't know the fast move, is only good in a Bronzer Cup. This is not a Bronzer Cup. A core breaker to this team is Salandit. I believe no one has it, so you don't have to care about that thing. Moving to the second most used / best team. Shadow Slowpoke with Ducklet and Vulpix. Again, Ducklet Vulpix core is the best core in the cup. So technically anything else you have is to break. Anything you have in the lead should beat Chinchou. Why Chinchou? Because Chinchou can be bulky, especially after they land the Bubble Beam. So technically, you need something that destroys the Chinchou, and Confusion hits the hardest in this cup, since Spark doesn't do that much damage, but Confusion does a lot. Even from a Shadow, that's even more. Again, Quick Attack Vulpix, and for Ducklet, you can run Bubble Beam, you can run Aerial Ace, it's up to you. Another BBML team, all of them 1.0. I think I forgot to change the names. You know what? Like, how about no Ducklet? No Ducklet team. Right? So this team just don't have a Ducklet, doesn't have a Chinchou, because most people have a Chinchou and Ducklet, or Chinchou Ducklet, or Chinchou Vulpix, Vulpix Ducklet. What's the Pokemon that can beat all of them? Wooper. Wooper can actually beat all of them because 2 body slams KO everything. That's 1. 2. Mudshot generates the fastest, generate energy the fastest in this cup. So yeah, you can have a Wooper plus 2 stuff that are meta. I think if you're using this team, you need a non-shadow Slowpoke. Why? Okay, for the Slowpoke, you need Psyshock and you need Psychic. Why? Because Psychic is a nuke move, Psyshock is a coverage move. So don't rely on one fast move. Now, moving into a BBML that was built by Softoff. So again, Ducklet Vulpix core with a Chikorita. Why Chikorita? Because this team technically loses to Chinchou in the back. And Chikorita just walls Chinchou. It doesn't even need to shield to beat a Chinchou. So yeah, this team is very solid. Make sure to try it out. Another team, Double Shadow, or like no Ducklet, no Chinchou. This team just, if they don't shield from this one or this one, they just auto lose. Why? Because they will get fast moved down. That's it. So Slowpoke, Shadow, Execute, Shadow as well, and then Vulpix in the back. Yes, the team kinda struggled versus Ducklet, but it's doable. Like, I've seen this team beating Ducklet a million times. Another team, Chikorita with Slowpoke. Another team with no Ducklet as well. Chikorita with Slowpoke and Vulpix in the back. Vulpix as a safe swap, as the best safe swap with a quick attack, and 2 of the best charge moves in the entire game, Weather Ball and Body Slam. A solid team as well. You can play this, but this team is kinda ABB, weak to what? No, this is ABC. This is a balanced team. What the heck am I saying? Yeah, this is a balanced team. There is 2 water and grass, and the water in the lead doesn't lose to grass. The grass in the back is fine versus beat whatever beats those 2. So technically, if the opponent has the grass in the lead, they will always swap to Ducklet, and to the Vulpix or Ducklet. If they swap Ducklet, you have a Chinchou to clap it. If they swap, if they safe swap Vulpix, you can stay in. Also, you can go Chinchou, but I think you stay in Ducklet, you bubble beam it, and then you swap out. You can just stay in, because if they have grass, technically their grass lose to Bulbasaur, and then you can have the Bulbasaur versus that thing later in the game. Yeah, so those are the teams you mentioned so far a million times. Can you just give us the team that you preferred? Well, I love Shadow Vulpix, okay? And I have a Launcher. This Pokemon has a Smackdown. So technically, you beat the fire, you do fine versus Chinchou, you lose to Confusion User though. And if they safe swap Ducklet, you don't throw any charge move. You just shield once and you farm all the way down. They can get to 1 charge move if they try to counter swap you with this, with Ducklet. So you stay in, or you counter swap the Ducklet with this, and then you farm all the way down. This team kinda struggled versus grass in the back or water in the lead, but it's doable. Believe me, it's doable. You can just sack the lead. You don't have to do like if they have a water in the lead, because technically you don't have the best safe swap. This team doesn't have a safe swap, so you can just sack the lead. You don't have to swap out. And then you rely on the fast move pressure, and everyone again has a Vulpix and Ducklet, so technically Chinchou is gonna come in handy later in the game. You can run Slugma instead, but I prefer Clownshell because this one has Rock Throw, this one has Smackdown. Smackdown is slightly better because it's 3 turns fast move and you have a potential sneak. Moving into another team that was built by Mr. YTX Pikachu. Make sure to check his Twitter. He provides like lots of data about the team usage and what is the most used Pokemons in every cup. I think he stopped, but yeah, give him a follow on Twitter. He just does lots of interesting things regarding the game. So he was playing a Triple Water. Yeah, Triple Water. Ducklet, Chinchou, Slowpoke. 1 water, and none of those 3 waters has water fast move, right? So that's the good thing about it. So for example, if they save swap Ducklet, he has a Chinchou, and this thing doesn't even need to swap, and Ducklet just nuke everything. Ducklet is the best Pokemon in the Zero in this cup because it has Brave Bird, which is the best charge move in the entire game. Yeah, So technically, this is a triple water team that doesn't rely on water damage, because as I mentioned, water damage is RPS, so you need non-RPS damage. So confusion neutral, spark electric resisted by grass, but here you can do super effective damage to the grass. I think this is the end of the video. Thank you so much everyone for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.